Alright, so, we'll talk about, obviously at the end here, I just want to mention it. We finally saw the, form, I guess you want to call it, the color. Uh, Silver gray. I don't know what they didn't say it in the trailer, so it's silver or gray. I'm gonna go with silver because silver sounds better. But we have a new, or the king finally got his form. So next week, I'm excited. I've been talking about it for 2 weeks. We obviously saw the sword last week, and yeah, nothing really came about this week in terms of that plot line. Well, I shouldn't say that because at the very end, yes, it did. But we focused mainly on blue and yellow today. Focused on Gira hiding and going out, and then we have something again that ties into the very end here of this episode. So starts out with Gira basically getting thrown out of Scorpio. What it's Yellow calls Scorpy? I forget what I forget what Yellow calls the Scorpion Zord, but that's later on. Anyway, he gets kicked out of the Zord, and he's like, "Hey, like, what's going on? Like, why'd you do that?" And so the Scorpion runs away, and then we go back to Yellow and Blue, who find their Zords are downed. They're trying to fix all the Zords, trying to make them better. And they're having a competition between technology and medicine, and basically what that is. And so that's going on. Black and Purple are heading to King Regulus. They got a plan. And, well, Rita goes, "This isn't my plan. This is all him. This is all on him." So again, that's next week's episode is the plan. We'll talk about it at the very end. But that's it. That's basically it for them. Like they're out of this. We go back to well, actually, we're gonna talk about Bugnarok because that was a really minor part here. So there's a little section in between these little blurbs of going back and forth. Bugnarok are in the underworld, and they want Gira. They're for he. I guess the way I see it, I guess he's like special in the sense of he can probably control all three, but it's also because he can talk to the Zords too. So that's why they really want Gira. So we're gonna find. Obviously, we'll get more of the plan. They want God Kabuto, who is stuck in basically the town square. Unable to move. None of the Zords are obviously able to move because of the Scorpion Venom last week. So he sends, and God, it's terrifying and creepy and just, a human ant hybrid just looks so weird. It looks so goddamn weird. And I get it. It's bug-themed monsters, bug-themed Zords. It's a bug-themed Sentai. But, oh my god, I just, like, staring at the head of this thing, like, they have these long, whatever the mouthpiece of the ant is called. I'm not a biologist, okay? But it just, like, the head just looks so weird. And they're trying to, obviously, got to dumb it down a little bit, because this isn't for, full-on adults. It's mainly for kids. And the rider's mainly for, teens, kind of, young adults. But it just, God, like... And luckily there's only one suit, and they just used the minions for the, basically like a little ant colony type of thing. But oh my god, I don't know. Stuff like that just looks weird to me. I'm just not a fan of like stuff like that. I don't know. Bugs are ew. As a kid, I would pick up crickets. I would touch anything. And as an adult, I'm like, yeah, no. I'm good. Stay 15,000 feet away from me. At all times. So he goes off, and they have, basically he's like, the leader, and he has, I don't think it was a whistle, but he can basically control, the group of minions. And so he basically sends out a bunch of scouts to go scour the whole city to try to find God Kabuto, to steal him. And that's when, well, I guess I did say Black and Purple are done, but they do end up fighting the minions. I guess that's but that's it. We don't really see them like at all basically until the Rita comes in at the end. But they're protecting the town there, trying to fight off. We go back to Blue and Yellow, who are arguing their side characters are arguing with each other and whatnot. They're getting into fights and whatnot. And so then the minions show up. So Blue and Yellow like, hey, like we'll take care of this. Go, go finish it off. And then we get a scene with Gira, who is hiding in, basically like it's a house, but I don't remember the actual name of it. I can't think. It's basically a house. It's like that's the general gist of it. And then he's hiding behind this big. They literally just stacked up a bunch of junk in the corner and told Gira, go hide back there. Just we'll take care of the guards. Go hide back there. And so all the kids are just kind of sitting around and like, you think we would house a fugitive idiot? Do you know who we are? I'm like, dude, they're kids. If you've seen any form of media, kids are going to do that. And the damn guard bud, he's like, you guys are right. All right, bye. What the Oh my god, dude, he's just, okay. Screw the phone, I don't care about the phone. Okay, anyway, so, Gira pops out, monsters are attacking. They find the Bugnarok monsters, they find the God Kabuto, they grow giant. He takes like 4 or 5 minions with them. They start picking it up. God Scorpion comes in, it's like, hey, I'm gonna, just start slicing and dicing, take him away. Gira gets flung away because he's trying to talk to the Scorpion. Gets flung away. Blue and Yellow kind of give him a pep. Well, mainly Blue. Blue's the one that basically gives him a pep talk. It's like, hey, like, if you were going to be an idiot, I told you I'm going to take you down myself. You can't be out there doing this all on your own. This is bigger than you. This is, you're going to need help for all this because one man cannot take down this whole army. And so Gira goes, he goes, so we're friends. And then Blue's just like, huh? What? Whoa. Until they both look over at Yellow, and she's like, don't look at me! I'm staying out of this one. She turns away to, kind of look at the Scorpion. And Gira and Blue go off. They have their own Megazord adventure, because both sides come together. Medicine, technology combined. Both get up the Megazords together. We got a Megazord fight. They can't handle it. Yellow talks to God Scorpion's like, hey, like, I know you hate humans. I get it. I understand that. But we need help here. Like, we're trying to protect the city. We're trying to protect the kingdoms here. Like, we're not all bad. And so Scorpion accepts. And then they have this dumb freaking line where she's flat out states like 3 times, I can't understand a thing. And so she's like, hey, is your relationship with God Kabuto, is that platonic? I'm sitting like, you motherfricker. And so the Scorpion starts like doing like this thing, and he's like curling himself up, and he's like embarrassed. And she goes, oh yeah, I totally understand that. Don't worry, it's stays between us. I'm like, are you kidding me? There go all those idiots who have no time, or have all the time in the world on their hands, and they're gonna create some really bad fan art. Why would you do that in this series? Why? I don't. This is supposed to be a kid's show. Anyway, gains the trust of the Scorpion Zord. She calls him Scorpy or something, Scorpio or whatever. I don't remember. They combine. It's like Wolverine. It's except it's curled. It's like curled blades, but they just start. It's like, hey, I got my hand tied behind my back. I'm just gonna use one arm, and they just start slinging and dicing and killing everything. And so the Scorpion Zord, and they stated in the show, like, it powered up the Megazord. It boosted that Megazord to new heights, new levels. So obviously we're one god away, because it's Kabuto, it's the Scorpion, and then I don't know what the third one is. We'll find out later. But that's going to be, another Zord coming up. So that's, that might transition us from basic Zord to, the final mega super ultra powerful whatever Zord. And, when they combine with, the 3 gods who, again, are going to get their own Zord. It's blatantly obvious, okay? It's blatantly obvious they're gonna get their own Zord. So they take care of the boss, and then they're down in the city, and they're just like acting like, oh no, Gira got away, because Gira's like, oh, I guess I gotta turn myself in again. But they're like, nah, we're too tired. So they let him go. Gira goes back to the house, and that's when stop calling. And so then he finds that the guards have captured all the kids, and Rita's there, and she's like, hey, like, King wants a trial to the death, or a trial fight, basically. And we find out from the trailer, getting into that, he's gonna fight Gira, transforms into, I'm gonna say silver. If it's gray, we'll find out, but I'm gonna say silver. And they're gonna fight next week, 1-on-1, and I'm sure the King's gonna try to kill him. So, yeah, I'm excited for next week. This wasn't a bad episode. We found out, I guess I didn't really touch on, but we found out that 15 years ago there was a, I guess, infestation or what, I forget what they call it, but basically there was an attack on a bunch of the kingdoms, and Yellow's parents died. Blue never found his parents, so we're assuming that he lost his parents in that 15-year-ago war. So add some character depth, add some layer to that. So this is a good episode, but I'm excited for it. I saw that trailer and I'm like, okay, I need it to be next week already. So for now, like the video, share the video around, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out of here. Peace.